Hey loves! Hard water is water that has high levels of dissolved mineral content such as magnesium and calcium. Hard water can result in issues such as hair breakage. No matter what you do, it just continues to break. It feels like it needs everything to be able to get it back to its former glory, and nothing that you are using is working. Your products that you used to use, your go-to products, are not working anymore, and new products that you are using don't seem to be working as well, which is similar to products you've used in the past that should be working for you. Your shampoo doesn't lather on its first wash, and you're using a shampoo that you've used in the past and it has lathered on its first wash, and you haven't increased the duration between washes as well. Your hair feels weighed down, limp, or like hay. Moisturizers and oils are sitting on your hair without being absorbed. Now, if you are low porosity and in the past you have had moisturizers and oils sitting on your hair, then this may not really be something that is an indicator for you. But if you're high porosity or normal porosity, and if you're not using an oil that doesn't sit on top of the hair, then this can be an indicator that you are having hard water issues. Your conditioners are not conditioning your hair. They used to make your hair feel soft, moisturized, whatever it is that they used to do. If they're no longer doing that, then that could be an indicator that you have an issue with hard water. According to the United States Geological Survey, areas with the softest water include parts of New England, the South Atlantic Gulf states, the Pacific Northwest, and Hawaii. Moderately hard water exists in Tennessee, the Great Lakes area, and the Pacific Northwest regions of the United States. Hard to very hard waters can be found in Texas, New Mexico, Kansas, Arizona, and Southern California. Also, if you live in London in the United Kingdom, then you definitely have hard water. The 6 questions that you can answer in order to help you identify if you do have hard water, if you don't live in any of the states or in London that I mentioned, are 1. Do you have chronic hair breakage problems that defy treatment and care? 2. Does your hair tangle excessively after washing? 3. Does your hair feel really dry no matter how much you wash and deep condition it? 4. Are you having problems with your chemical services, i.e. permanent colors taken? 5. Do you have problems with your shampoo lathering? And 6. Does your hair color fade easily or turn brassy and dull rapidly? If you answered yes to all of these questions, or the majority, maybe you don't color your hair, so some of these questions won't be applicable for you, which I definitely don't encourage coloring, but it is on the list of questions, then it is very likely that you do have hard water. Now that we have assessed how to identify hard water, we want to know, how do we get rid of it? Because it's not good for our hair, so we don't want it touching our glorious tresses. The first option to help with hard water issues is you can add a whole house water softener to your household. This is one of the most expensive ways. It is the second most expensive way out of the 5 different ways that I have on my list. So I found one online, and it's the Future 10 salt-free anti-scale water conditioner, and that will cost you $1,149, which is around the equivalent of £986.27. So really expensive, and you can get ones with salt, but salt-free are actually better for our environment and better for our bodies as well. The second option to help with hard water issues is to add a water filter to your shower head. I did find one on Amazon, and it costs £54.75, which is the equivalent of $63.78. The third option to help with hard water issues is to use a Russell clay or bentonite clay, a clay that will remove minerals from the hair. So this isn't as good because you're still getting the minerals in your hair, where a water softener or water filter will stop the minerals from reaching your hair in the first place, where the clay, the minerals are in your hair and it removes it. But it's better than having the minerals in your hair. Although, word of caution, because I did use bentonite clay and it did leave my hair dry and frizzy, but at the same time it did give me more volume and I had thicker hair, and also gave me more length. So it's just weighing out the pros and cons really. Number 4, and I'm definitely not a fan of this way, but it's using a chelating shampoo. They're able to penetrate deep down into the hair fiber and remove minerals and product buildup. However, they generally, I mean, everyone that I have looked at has got really harsh chemicals and are drying to the hair. I was reading some reviews and there was this one which was about £30 and people were saying that it never left their hair dry. However, even if it doesn't leave your hair dry, if it doesn't strip your hair of its natural sebum that it produces, it still has harsh chemicals in it, so I wouldn't suggest using it. But if you do, please do follow up with a deep conditioner afterwards to help put more moisture back into your hair that it is stripped away. But I definitely would say to avoid that option, unless, the reason why I mentioned it is in case you can find one that doesn't have harsh ingredients. And if you do, please let me know, because I would love to be able to try something that will remove mineral products but doesn't strip my hair, because I don't have a water softener for my whole household and I don't have any filters on my shower head either. And the fifth and the final way, which is the most expensive way but might not be so, is to move to an area where there isn't hard water. Now this may actually work out cheaper if you move to an area where the mortgage is cheaper, if you have a mortgage, or the rent is cheaper, where the food is cheaper, it's cheaper to travel. So although I say it's the most expensive way, it actually may work out being the cheapest way if you know somebody who has a van and you can use that to move your stuff to another home. Then that would actually be, it could work out cheaper if that area is cheaper to live in. Also, if it's got warmer climate, that will help your hair to grow quicker. However, UV rays can damage the hair and cause it to age quicker. So pros and cons of the sun. A sixth way that I thought of after I finished recording is to use a water filter jug. I've already got one in my home and I think that just made it pop into my mind. So you can use water, fill up like a 5-litre bottle and then use that to wash your hair. However, that probably is like the longest way, having to get 5 litres of water from the water jug. But what you could do is, instead of like pouring the bottle over your head, is pour it into a small container like what I did in this video where I was doing an ACV rinse, and dip your hair into the water and let it fully saturate. And then once you shampooed your hair, you can pour fresh water into that and you dip your hair in that container to wash your hair. And the same after you condition, deep condition, whatever your hair routine is. So it is quite a long way, but that is a cheap way and possibly something that you already have around your house already. Let me know if you have hard water in the area where you live, so other people also can see, and if they're in that area and not sure if they have hard water, then they will be able to see your comment that that area does have hard water. Also, if there's any filters or softeners that you recommend, then please do let me know as well. And definitely any chelating shampoos that do not have harsh ingredients. Please share. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.